Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Quant update. So the last time we talked about the Quant price set, we were sitting right around this level at 158, 156 thereabout, right? And we were expecting a bounce from this massive line of support that we have right here, starting from $150 up until $164, somewhere there, right? So for sure, we actually got that bounce, and we bounced something like 25%. But obviously, ever since then, the market has taken back all those gains. And now the question is, are we going to break the support? Are we going to go higher than this level here, which was at 228? Or what is going to happen? So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to try and address all these questions. I'm going to show you my price target in the immediate short term. We'll also take a quick look at the Bitcoin price set because it's painting a good picture here on the shorter time frame. So if things are good for the Bitcoin price set, it's likely that things are going to be good on the Quant price set as well, right? We'll also take a look at a couple of on-chain metrics that I see which are really positive right here, and then we'll tie all those things together and come up with a better understanding of the price set. But before I get into all the stuff, I just want to ask you to kindly delicately tap the like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. People looking for this kind of information will now be able to find it much easily, right? And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're interested in Quant, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel because I do TA on Quant on a regular basis, and to be honest, we've been crushing it, right? So without me running my mouth too much, let me actually get into the real stuff. So let's begin here by trying to understand what exactly is happening here with the price set. So if you remember from the biggest trade that we actually took, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we were looking at this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I'm sure most people were actually looking towards it, right? We reached the price target right here. It's 228. It was actually $230, but we got rejected right there, right? So a rejection was actually something that was likely at this point, but it's the manner that we actually got rejected right here that is actually a little bit optimistic, right? So let me also zoom the chart right here. You could actually say that the price action is following Elliott wave count, right? So this would be your wave 1 right here, all right? And then this is your wave 2. Then finally, you have your wave 3 right here, which we were in, and this is your corrective wave here in form of wave 4. And then finally, you go on to, you have wave 5. There is a specific reason why I picked this box right here. I'll explain this price target in a minute, but when you take a look at the minor waves right here from a shorter time frame perspective, the chart is going to get messy. So I would ask for your maximum attention right here. So this would be your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your impulse wave, right? To come up with wave 1 right here, I probably should have done this with different colors, but let's just do it like this, right? And then here, you remember this falling wedge that we traded right here. So this is your ABC correction right here to come up with wave 2, and then you have the wave 3 right here, and then the impulse waves would be something like 1 right here, 2, and then 3 right, 4. Then this is your 5th wave right here. You can actually see that we haven't broken any rule right here with the Elliott wave counts, right? So yes, this would be your ABC correction where we are currently here with the price. So this is your A, this is your B, this is your C. Now, for us to continue this scenario, we actually need to hold this level right here at $150, right? Because this is a major support. When you actually zoom the chart and look left, you can actually see that yes, we interacted with this level like multiple times, and each and every single time we've interacted with this support level. Now that it's support, it was massive resistance down here. There have been major reactions time and again. You can actually look at this level right here. It was the level that helped to set an all-time high right here. You can look at this as well. Look at this area. So yeah, here the big red flag is when you see the price dipping below 150. If we start piercing below this line of support right here, below 150, and closing a daily candle, at least a daily candle below this level, this is signifying a lot of weakness on the Quant price side. Let me go ahead and clear all these things because I mean it's really looking scruffy. Now the big question here is, are we going to be able to hold this level right here, which I said the lowest point is $150, right? So let me go ahead and clear this one as well. We'll come back to it. So when we take a look at the recent price action from the very bottom right here, around $41 to where we topped out right here, the current top, you can actually see that yes, we are having massive support at this level here, but it's also in confluence with the 0.382 Fib retracement levels. It's always nice when you see confluence like this happening on the price chart, but that's not the only reason why I'm thinking that we are going to be holding this support level. When you take a look at some on-chain metrics, so for example, when you take a look at the supply outside of exchanges here of Quant coins, as well as the price here. So you can actually see that yes, the price is going up right here. You can also see supply outside of exchanges increasing. Basically, what supply outside of exchanges is the supply that is being accumulated outside of exchanges, maybe on cold storage, right? So when you see this metric increasing, it means that there is accumulation. But when there is decrease right here, if you remember from the video I made last week, I was warning that we were going to cool off a little bit here on the quant price, because I was seeing this metric like cooling off right here in a bearish divergence to what the price action was doing. So what we have right here is, ever since then, when we talked out here, we actually have seen something that is interesting. We can now see that the supply that is outside of exchanges is now growing, right? Meaning that there is less quant which is available for sale right here. But not what you can see is the price is decreasing right here. This is bullish divergence. So it suggests that in the immediate short term, we could actually see the price action going to the upside right here, right? Another metric that is suggesting that the support will hold here is the exchange flow balance, right? So basically, this is the difference between the amount of quant that has been deposited on exchanges and the amount of tokens that have been withdrawn off of exchanges. So when you see a positive spike like this, it basically means that more quant has been deposited on exchanges, and in most cases it suggests that that quant is now ready for sale, right? So you could actually be expecting a cool off in the price, just the same way we saw it right here, right? So what we have right here is, ever since we talked of like last week here, you can actually see that there has been more quant tokens which have been withdrawn off of exchanges, or as we say, more quant coins which have been withdrawn off of exchanges. And this actually also suggests that there is accumulation happening right here. Obviously, now we are in the positive, but looking at these two, troughs right here, these are actually painting a very nice picture for a nice bounce here on the quant price. Another metric that is suggesting a bounce at the support level we were talking about here is, the supply and the distribution right here of certain addresses which have got a certain number of coins, right? So I decided to focus on these ones because they actually have got the most, quant coins out there. So here, looking at the circulating supply, we can see that the number of addresses that have got, 1,000 to 10,000 coins, they on up to something like 23%. Now, the good thing about this metric is when you actually take a look at the price right here, and you look at the addresses that have got 1,000 to 10,000 quant coins, they have been accumulating recently ever since we topped there, and then we started coming down with the price set. They actually started accumulating there. So that's really nice to see, because you can actually see that this group has got conviction, right? Now, moving on to the next group that has got 10,000 to 100,000 coins. These ones, they have remained relatively stable throughout this whole thing, so really they aren't affecting the price that much. And when you take a look at the addresses which have got 100,000 to 1,000,000 quant coins right here, they also have remained relatively constant right here. So yeah, the major takeaway right here is the group that has got 1,000 to 10,000 quant coins, they are buying at the moment. So they are buying at support, which is really nice to see. But you always want to follow what, maybe not always, but in most cases you want to follow what the smart money is doing, right? And the other chart that I'm paying attention to is the Bitcoin price right here. You can actually see that on a shorter time frame here, which is on a 4-hourly time frame, we have formed something like a mature Wyckoff accumulation structure, where you've got phase A, phase B, phase C, phase D. I'm not really going to bore you explaining all those kind of things, but I'm going to show you a schematic. This is usually what you expect right here, and we have got all these things that are being satisfied right here on the Bitcoin price chart here on a 4-hourly time frame. So you can actually see even this creek that we have right here, and finally you have got this spring, right? And then after this spring, you go into phase D and phase E, and then phase E is actually exciting. So we have the same structure right here on the Bitcoin price chart, and it seems now that we are in phase E, which phase E is when you see the price chart starting to creek to the upside like this. So yeah, fingers crossed we will be having something like this heading into the weekend. So yeah, the most conservative price target that I'm looking forward to is something like 22.7 or something like that, right? And if we have something like this, obviously this is really going to be good for the quant price chart right here. So yeah, hopefully the Bitcoin price doesn't disappoint right here, because obviously whatever is going to happen with the Bitcoin price chart will definitely affect what is going to happen with the quant price chart. So those are some reasons why I believe that this level is going to hold right here. Now, looking at the price targets that I'm looking forward to, right? Obviously, we have reached the price target for our inverse head and shoulders pattern. Congratulations to everyone. Once again, I don't know if you still have that money that we traded back then, but here is the price target that I'm looking forward to. Here, let me actually draw it nicely. So yeah, from a fib retracement point of view, what we know, or at least what I know, what I've experienced through markets, is after bull runs like this one, you crash very hard, but there's always a retrace that always come right here. So the retrace usually is between the golden ratio right here and the 786 fib retracement level. Personally, I've decided to choose between the 0.618 and the 702 fib retracement level. And the reason why I'm choosing this here is because when I take a look at the fixed range volume profile right here, you can actually see that yes, there is still some liquidity right here that was traded right here. There was massive trading which happened right here, and usually markets want to move from a region of higher volume to a region of another higher volume, right? So I'm looking at this level right here between $281 up to 318 or something like that, right? This obviously is, my worst case scenario. I'm not talking about Quant going into all-time high. I really don't have the evidence just yet, but what I'm looking forward to really is I'm looking at the 618 being a retrace of this whole rally that we have right here, this major crash that we have right here. But maybe I could just be biased here with the price. So what I usually do is I flip the chart so that I can have, a neutral point of view, kind of. So when I flip the chart right here, you can actually see that if this would be an uptrend right here, the moment you break below this support level right here, you could actually be concluding that the uptrend is over, and that's basically the same thing that we have right here. You can actually see that when you flip the chart, it looks like it's massive resistance right here, and under normal circumstances, you could be, expecting a major resistance right here. Just that now the chart is flipped, we will actually be looking at upward price action. Obviously, I could be wrong about everything that I've said right here. This is why this is not financial advice. I would encourage you to keep on doing your own research. I mean, literally all the indicators could tell you that this is a buy, and the price is the exact opposite, right? So yeah, take everything with a grain of salt right here. But if you like the video, don't forget to delicately tap the like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.